Hello everybody. So today I'm going to talk about a very important concept in economics which is called GDP. And nowadays it has become even more important because we are comparing India and China most of the time, and we are talking about India's GDP standing at 3.16 US trillion dollars, whereas that of China is 5 times more that of India, and therefore it is much more stronger than India and all that. And when we talk about growth, we talk about GDP. When we are talking about development, we speak of GDP. But have we ever thought of what actually the term GDP means? Well, if you Google it, or if you're going to open up any text on GDP, there is a very simple definition that is given. It says it is the value of all the final goods and services produced within the domestic territory of a country in a year. What is important for you to understand is the concept of domestic territory. Obviously, domestic territory means the area within the political frontiers of the country, excluding the military establishment, consulates, and the embassies of all the foreign countries that we have in India. And it includes, whereas, all the Indian embassies that are situated outside anywhere in the world. So that's the meaning of domestic territory. Now, whatever goods and services are being produced in a country, when we find out their value, that is GDP. Now, why are we talking about that? Well, GDP as a concept is a part of a country's national income. So, national income stands for income of the nation. Income of the nation is equal to income of the people who are living in that nation. And people earn their living by producing goods and services. So, only when goods and services are produced, income gets generated. Therefore, we need to find out how much goods and services are being produced in the country and what are they valued at, so that we get the nominal GDP. So I'm talking about nominal GDP here. Real GDP you will come to know in another video. Now, to make you understand this concept of GDP, I am taking a very hypothetical example. We are just assuming that in our country we have 3 types of goods and services being produced. So my country produces only bajra, it produces only tables, and it has only doctors who are providing the services right now, the need of the hour, right? So this is just an assumption. Of course, we have many goods, we have many services, but I'm just assuming that my country produces in a year, let's say 50 kg of bajra, and the value of bajra is, let's say, rupees 25 per kg. So if I want to find out the total value of bajra, that will come out to be 50 into 25, which is nothing but rupees 1250. So that's the case with bajra. Now, talking about tables, yes, my country produces 1000 tables in a year, and each table is being valued at, let's say, rupees 20 each, right? The values are hypothetical, it's just for explanation. So 20 into 1000, we get 20,000 is the total value of the tables being produced. Now, also assume that we have only 20 doctors who are serving in our country, and each doctor's value is rupees 15,000 per year. Again, a superficial hypothetical example. So the total value of the services that are being provided by all the 20 doctors becomes 20 into 15,000, which is 3 lakh. Now, if I want to find out the GDP of the country, that will come out to be the values added of bajra, the total bajra being produced, the total tables being produced, and the total services being provided by the doctors, which comes out to be 1250 plus 20,000 plus 3 lakhs, which is equal to rupees 3,21,250. So that becomes my GDP, nominal GDP. This is very superficial. Many goods and services are produced in the country. So when all these goods and services are valued in the same manner, you get the total GDP of the country in nominal terms. Thank you.